Gentlemen, let's get into this. All right. So, what's happening right now in the markets? Something that I saw some of the people that I do business with and trade with we're looking at is this market cap dominance for Tether. So, Tether market cap dominance. So, first of all, what is Tether? For those of you guys that don't know, Tether is a stable coin in cryptocurrency. A stable coin is just a currency that is pegged to a currency. So, for example, US Tether dominance or US Tether is connected to the US dollar. So when you look at market cap dominance for Tether, it's similar to Bitcoin dominance that we talk about as well. It's what percentage of the total cryptocurrency market is dominated by the Tether market cap. Okay. So the higher market cap that Tether is, that means the more money is in Tether stable coins. Okay. If more money is in stable coins, then that means people are selling their crypto and putting it into stable coins because they want to take profits or they want to have US dollars. Okay. So that's what a stable coin is. So if people are getting out of stable coins and buying crypto with it, then that dominance, that market cap of Tether would go down because there's less money in the stable coins, more money in the market. Okay. So this chart on top that you guys see is used to determine, well, how much money is actually in stable coins. Okay. How much money is in Tether? That dominance, as it fluctuates, has shown for the last since 2018, so 18, so 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, like 5-6 years, right? 6 years showed the tops and bottoms for Bitcoin pretty much exactly, okay? It's called the top for Bitcoin and the bottom for Bitcoin for the past 6 years. So think about how powerful of a chart that is. If this chart has called for the last 6 years the exact tops and bottoms of Bitcoin, well, then that should give us some alpha in terms of what's going to happen in the future in this cycle, okay? So here's what's so incredible about this chart, what's happening right now, okay? So you guys look on top, right? I have this channel made on the top chart, okay? So this channel encapsulates this last 6 years of price action for Tether dominance. And in those past 6 years, all of the price action has happened within that channel. And as Tether dominance hits the top of that channel, it has called the bottoms for Bitcoin. And then as the dominance hits the bottom of that channel, the bottom of that trend line, then it has called the top for Bitcoin. Yeah, the bottom would be the top for Bitcoin, correct. Okay, does that make sense? So if there's less money in stable coins, there's more money in Bitcoin, so a higher price. If there's more money in stable coins and there's less money in Bitcoin, then that means the low price. Okay, so take a look at this. So let's see how this has called everything for the past however many years. So we'll just do a vertical line. Okay. So look at this channel. So if we start from the beginning, right? The very bottom of this channel called this local high on Bitcoin. I know it's a little bit tough to see, but that's that, right? The bottom of this channel called the local top for Bitcoin. Okay. This top right here called the bottom for Bitcoin. This top right here called another bottom for Bitcoin. Okay. This whole range right here. Look at this. That whole bottoming pattern right there, you guys see that? That called the exact top for Bitcoin down here. Right here. See that? Same thing over here. All right, I'm going to put a lot of shit on here just so you guys can see it. Tether dominance tops calls the bottom for Bitcoin. Tether dominance bottoms calls the top for Bitcoin. Tether dominance tops calls the bottom for Bitcoin. Do you see what's happening here, right? So they're inverse of each other. As Tether dominance bottoms, Bitcoin tops, and vice versa, okay? So the reason there's so much alpha in that chart is because if you're paying attention to the Tether dominance, which a lot of people who are educated in this realm do, then that's also going to be telling you what's the top and bottoms for Bitcoin, when to buy, when to sell, okay? Now, here's what's interesting about this, because this has worked, literally worked for the past 6 years, okay? So we come through here, and, you know, we can literally just keep marking it out. But the last little area of significance is right here, this bottom on Tether dominance, okay? So we'll mark that out with the trend line. So kind of grind it up against this bottom right here, right? You see this? So what did that do to the prices down here? That was this right here, right? Okay. Well, what do we see happened? And oh, by the way, I have the top chart in logarithmic mode. Okay. So I have it in log mode. So it's a little bit different view. So when you see here, when we're looking at this tether dominance, we, for the first time in 6 years, broke out of that channel. Okay. So what's important about that? What's important about that is technically, if this was following the same pattern that it had for the past 6 years, then we should have topped on Bitcoin and we should actually be going down right now. So the top in Bitcoin should have been put in at December, January of 2024. That should have been the top for Bitcoin if it would have played out the same way it played out for the past 6 years. The only difference is that it didn't stop going up. Okay. And this is why so many people were talking about, oh, it's over. Bitcoin's going to go back down to 40,000. It's going to go back down to 30,000 throughout the entire 8-month range. Whenever we were between 70,000 and 55,000, people thought it was over, because if you look at this chart, technically we bottomed. We bottomed on Tether Dominance. That would have been the top for Bitcoin. Now we should be going down. But for the first time in 6 years, we actually broke down out of that channel. So Tether Dominance is actually continuing to go down and nuke even further. Well, the further that Tether Dominance goes down, what does that mean? You guys should know by now that Bitcoin's going to continue to go up. So this is extremely bullish, okay? Because now you look at this channel, you look at this chart. Gentlemen, if we zoom in on this a little bit, right? Now let's look at this little area right here, right? So we broke down out of this channel, and look what happened. We broke down out of the channel, and as soon as we broke down out of the channel, that resistance level right there, it nuked, okay? That's what happens. You lose resistance, or you lose support, you nuke. So we nuke down, we try to kind of work back up, and then what do? Perfectly retest our previous support. Boom, nuke off of it. Now it's resistance. So because we hit that support again, turned it into resistance, now we're nuking again. Now we're going like this, down, which is bullish. That's what we want, okay? So this is what's so important about what's happening right now, is this is telling us, oh shit, we still got 6, 8, 10 months to go in terms of this bull run at minimum, because now Tether Dominance is going to start nuking out of this 6-month channel, okay, or 6-year channel. It's just going to continue to nuke. You look at any other coin, if it was just a regular coin you were investing in or a regular stock you were investing in, you saw this pattern happen, you saw this play out, you'd say, oh, this is going to nuke. This is going to go much lower, which is good. That means Bitcoin's going to go a lot higher. So this is an important set of data to be paying attention to, is this Tether Dominance. So you see that. So this is going to, I mean, this shit looks like it's going to do this, right? Just that. Which is what we want. We want it to nuke, go down. That means more and more money into the markets and into our shit coins, okay? So that's what's happening right now in a 6-year context from Tether Dominance. So that's huge.